American Opinions on McCain Part 3. What can happen if you allow someone who abuses their authority, and who abuses their power, and who tries to cover it up, and who tries to lie about it when they are confronted? You can be sure that it will not be pretty. You can be sure that people's rights will be violated. You can be sure that people will not get justice. You can be sure that illegal acts will be covered up. You can be sure that many of your freedoms will be gone. Gone. No freedoms in the land of the free. Just think about what someone would do who abuses power, abuses authority, lies publicly, and tries to cover things up. What would this kind of person do if you put them into the White House? The answer is so shocking that many Americans are compelled to speak up. If Sarah Palin lied about using her seat as governor to try to fire her ex-brother-in-law, then she is unfit to be the vice president, and the McCain Palin ticket should be disqualified. If Sarah Palin lied about being the mother of Trig, and tried to cover up her daughter's pregnancy, then she is unfit to be the vice president, and the McCain Palin ticket should be disqualified. If Sarah Palin holds the public up to different, meaning much higher standards, than her family, then she is unfit to be vice president. If other people's kids cannot drink when they are underage, but it is okay for her daughters to drink, then that is the wrong kind of values to have, and makes her unfit to be vice president. If other people's kids cannot have sex before marriage, but it is okay for her daughter, then those are the wrong kind of values to have, and she is unfit to be vice president. With all of what Americans have said about Sarah Palin, if she is a person of character, then you would expect that she would want to set the record straight for all Americans. If what Americans have said about Sarah Palin are true, then she needs to publicly apologize to the people of Alaska for trying to use her seat as governor to fire her ex-brother-in-law, and she should publicly apologize to the people of Alaska for lying in a news conference saying that she did not try to fire him, and she should make the birth records of Trig publicly available to show who are the parents and where the birth took place. And she should take several independent blood and paternity tests to show who are the real parents of Trig. The suspicious events surrounding Sarah Palin are just too much to swallow, and the risks of putting someone in the White House with so much power when there are so many questions about her life just makes it something that Americans need to demand of Sarah Palin to set the record straight. Americans deserve to know the truth about Sarah Palin, and not some expensive television ad campaign that is paid for by Republicans to try to hide the truth. There is too much at stake for the future of America to allow people who are not 100% honest into the White House. There is just too much at stake for the welfare of America to allow a Republican ticket with people who may already be at work in lying to the American people. Americans deserve to know the truth. It is with the truth that America will be set free. Do you want someone a heartbeat away from the presidency of the United States of America, who believes that God sent America to invade Iraq? Who does that person think God is? Bush? It was clear from the letters that Republicans sent to President Clinton that they were intent on going to war with Iraq to overthrow Saddam Hussein, and to force a regime change in Iraq. This was well before the November elections of 2000, and well before Bush Jr. took office in January of 2001. Bush knew that the Republicans were going to go to war with Iraq before he even was president. There is no denying this, because it is well documented in letters to President Clinton by the Republicans. Why hasn't the mainstream media reported this? Do you wonder why? This means that those who were in the White House with President Clinton knew about the Republicans and their plan to force a regime change in Iraq. They knew about this Republican agenda, but yet they still voted in Congress to give President Bush the authority to go to war. Either the Republicans were able to trick the Congress, or some people were just plain asleep on the job. There is no excuse for people in the government to say that they did not know that the Republicans were going to go to war with Iraq. It takes no brain power to know that they were going to do that once you read the letters that they sent to President Clinton while he was in the White House. From this fact, it follows cleanly that the Republicans lied to the American people and concealed the facts. Don't vote for the Republicans. They want to go to war with Iran, and as history has shown, the Republicans will lie to the American people to go to war with Iran. Speak up and spread the word. Rock the vote.